So we're continuing our ventilation series. Today we're going to be working on a Cardeck roof. And Cardecking refers to 2x4, 2x6, or 2x8 inch tongue and groove boards attached to roof joists, typically spaced 24 inches on center. Alright, so we're cutting Cardecking. This is not real Cardecking, obviously, it's just a deck, but it's fairly similar. You got heavy boards sitting on top of joists. Sounding this kind of stuff to find your members, it can be pretty much impossible, it's too thick. This is an older style of construction. They don't really use it anymore, but there are still a few buildings like this left. So making our indicator cut, we're just going to make it easy on ourselves and go in the little space in between the boards. Now in Cardecking it's a lot tighter than this, but you can at least sort of use that as your guide. Okay, so I've got my two members. Now I'm just going to cut down the sides. Now for the first one, I'm going to cut thin boards. Now what that little cut right there allows me to do is get my hook in just enough so I can clear the first few, which will give me a good point to start my J-hooking, which basically I'm just going to slide along the rafter and pop up as I go. It's important not to cut longer than your reach because you need to be standing in a safe area. You don't want to be standing on boards you've already cut while you're reaching out trying to J-hook. Okay, so you might be thinking, well, why don't we just louver these as opposed to J-hooking them? Well, the reason for that is these boards can be pretty thick, and unlike the thin decking of a conventional or a lightweight roof, the thickness makes them want to lock against each other sometimes when you're louvering, especially if they're really thick. They're just going to lock and they're not going to louver because there's not enough room for them to get by. The other thing you'll find is because Cardecking is made up of individual boards, even if you can louver, you'll probably only be able to louver one or maybe two boards at a time. That's how you cut a Cardeck roof.